Hello my beautiful friends, my name is Anna and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my all-time favorite breakfast recipes, and that is crepes. They're so simple to make. They're pretty much just like a thin pancake, and what's great about this batter is that you can actually make it and keep it in the refrigerator for about 4 days, so you can have crepes all week long. So without all of that being said, let's show you the ingredients so we can get started. The ingredients are nothing special and you probably already have them on hand, so that makes this the perfect recipe. You're going to need all-purpose flour, sugar, butter, eggs. Here I'm using 2 extra large eggs, but I usually use 3 large eggs. Going to need some milk, vanilla extract, water, and a pinch of salt. These are all the ingredients that you're going to need. And if you want to learn how to make your own homemade extract, I already have a recipe on the channel where I teach you how to make a whole bunch of different varieties of extracts. So this recipe, I am going to be making it in a blender. Just because it's faster, it's easier, it gives you the best consistency. But obviously, if you don't have a blender, you can always make it by hand. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our wet ingredients into the blender. So here goes our milk. We got the egg. We got the water, egg. Okay, butter. This is just very simple, as you can see. You just pretty much just throw everything in there and it's going to come out fantastic. Okay, now we're gonna do our eggs. And I'm also going to do a splash of vanilla. If you do want to have the option of choosing between sweet and savory, I recommend just not adding the vanilla, and you can use this batter for both. I'm only gonna do a tiny little bit, just a little splash. I don't really want a lot. Now we're going to do our sugar, a tiny pinch of salt. Not too much. And last but not least, we're going to do our flour. Okay. Let's put on our lid. And we're going to blend this for less than a minute. It's that quick. Okay, that looks pretty good. I blended this for like 30 seconds. And now with a spoon, I'm just gonna scrape the sides of the blender, just because there is a little bit of flour in there. We want everything to be well incorporated. And now we're going to blend this for 10 more seconds. Now that our batter is ready, you got 2 options. You can either let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes, or you can start making your crepes right away. I personally like to let them rest. The reason I like to let them rest is because it does intensify the flavor of the crepes. So I really do recommend that you let them rest for at least 5 minutes until all the bubbles kind of diminishes as much as possible. But the option is yours. I'm giving you options here. I'm just pouring this into a bowl like so. But you can just keep it in your blender and pour it into the pan like so. So I am going to let this rest, and once it's ready, I am going to show you how to make the crepes. My batter has been resting for 20 minutes, and now I'm going to show you a few other things that you are going to need before we get started. So one of the things you're going to need is of course a skillet to make the crepes. This is a 10-inch skillet, and for a 10-inch skillet you are going to need a 1/4 cup measurement, and that is going to be the amount of batter that you are going to use for this size skillet. Of course, if you have a 12-inch skillet, you're going to use a little bit more. If you have an 8-inch skillet, you're going to use a little bit less batter. So it all depends on what size skillet you use. For me, a 10-inch is the perfect size for a crepe, but that it's up to you. You're also going to need a little extra butter to cook your crepes. Let's go ahead and make some crepes. So now I have my skillet preheating on medium heat, and we're gonna go ahead and add a tiny bit of butter. It's literally the smallest amount. Okay, now that we have added our butter, we're now going to add our batter, and this is what you want to do. So as you add the mixture, you are going to want to swirl the pan around, okay, and you want something to look like this. Okay, so these have been cooking for about a minute on this side, and now I'm just going to flip them. As you can see, they have a very pretty, lacy, golden color to it. Okay, now we're going to cook the other side for about 30 seconds. The other side doesn't take as long as the first side. Okay, so our first crepe is done, and remember, don't get discouraged if your first crepe doesn't come out as good. The first one is usually the worst one. Okay, and now for our last crepe, to add the butter, swirl it around the pan. Okay. Okay, and remember what I said. One hand swirl, one hand pour. So let's do this. As soon as it hits the pan, you really want to just like swirl the skillet. And I can kind of see the edges starting to get nice and golden brown, and that's exactly what I want because I know it's time for me to flip. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and flip. And here you have it. The perfect little crepe. Look at that lacy detailing all over. It's just beautiful to look at. It's going to be so yummy to eat as well. I honestly can't wait. Okay, so let's turn off the stove. And there you have it. Perfect crepes. Okay, so here are our crepes, and they are looking fantastic. I made 10 crepes with this batter. Now that I've shown you how to make the perfect crepes, this is my favorite toppings, and I like to do strawberries, whipped cream, Nutella, a little bit of powdered sugar, and banana. That is my all-time favorite way to eat crepes. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this recipe is perfect for savory crepes as well as sweet crepes, if you omit the vanilla extract for the savory crepes, of course. But there's so many different variations that you can do with it. For savory crepes, I like to do breakfast crepes with bacon, eggs, cheese, and it's just like my mouth is watering just thinking about it, but it is so good that way. You can also do ham and cheese and some spinach. You can do so many things. Honestly, whichever type of filling toppings that you like, you can put it on a crepe and it's going to be wonderful. This is what I like to do. So I'm gonna get a crepe. I know it's going to, I mean, it doesn't really fit this plate, but it's gonna do the job. I like to do some whipped cream. I'm just going to spread this. Okay, just in half, and I'm going to add our fruit. Oh, this banana is being difficult. Well, let me get the knife. Okay, so we're going to add the strawberries, and sometimes I like to drizzle a little bit of Nutella. This is Nutella that I melted for like 15 seconds just because Nutella can be a little hard to spread, and I just like to drizzle it inside, and I'm going to drizzle the outside as well so it looks nice and pretty. Okay, so now I like to fold it like this. So you fold it in half first, and then you're gonna fold it again, just like that, as you can see. And now I like to do another drizzle of Nutella, just because why not? I mean, I don't eat this every weekend, so I am allowed to do these crazy things once in a while. A little bit of powdered sugar on top. There you have it. This is my favorite way to eat the crepes. Okay, we're gonna give this a little test. I am so excited. My mouth is watering. If you know me, or if you follow me on Instagram, you know I make this like twice a month, just because it is one of my favorite breakfast recipes. And as you can see, this is so, no words. I mean, honestly, this is so satisfied with the Nutella and the whipped cream and the crepe. It's very nice and light, but it's fluffy at the same time. Let me tell you right now, once you start making this, you're gonna wanna make them every single day because they're that fantastic. This is no harder than your regular waffle recipe or your pancake recipe. It is so easy to make, as you saw, and I do hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below and like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. I want to know, what's your favorite crepe filling? So make sure you leave that in the comments down below. Don't forget the recipe. It's on my website at www.anitastelightsrecipes.com, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.